Hey, what's up, Zoners? Today, we are going to be going over the players that gave you the best odds to make the fantasy football playoffs this last year. We're going to be looking at where they went in drafts, man, and determine what the best draft strategy was for this last season to win, okay? So was it zero running back, hero running back, waiting on quarterbacks? Who knows? That will be answered at the end of this video. I also have the best possible roster you could have put together for yourself to make the playoffs at the end of the video as well, man. I've got my Excel files all typed out. I'm going to share that with you in 7 seconds.
You can do it!
All right, you are looking at a table that I put together myself, given information from ESPN.com. The first column is the quarterback's name, right there. Second column is the important column. That's what we came here for, the information. So 64.3% of Lamar Jackson-owned teams made it to the playoffs. Holy shit. That gave you the best odds out of any quarterback this season. His ADP was going in the 3rd round. So Josh Allen, second quarterback, 58.2% of teams that had him went to the playoffs. All right. So again, he went before Lamar Jackson. I think he was the number 1 quarterback taken. Him and Patrick Mahomes were number 1, number 2 in the 3rd round. Jalen Hurts, these guys were all in the same tier. So we pushed Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Jalen Hurts. We also pushed Joe Burrow. We said, do not draft Patrick Mahomes. We said, do not draft CJ Stroud. Those were the big misses out of the top tiers, I guess, but we didn't like that anyways, man. They didn't run the ball. All these other guys ran the damn ball, okay? So anyways, what I'm seeing here, there were only 2 quarterbacks taken late. So I'm flagging the late taken players with yellow, so highlight yellow, all right? So Jaden Daniels, man, I rolled the dice on Caleb Williams. I'm an asshole, all right? Jason, my partner here, he pushed Jaden Daniels. He was correct. Okay, so Jaden Daniels, man, over half the teams that own Jaden Daniels made the playoffs. Holy shit. Okay, as a rookie quarterback, that's amazing, man, that you could even have him and do that. So, yeah, and then later on, man, even later than Jaden Daniels, because he doesn't run the damn ball, Baker Mayfield was a huge hit here. 164.2 was his ADP. That is in 14th round, for God's sakes, man. So a little bit less than half the teams that own Baker Mayfield made the playoffs. So I'm looking at here 2 of 6. All right, quarterbacks taken were late. So the draft strategy here to me, man, and every time I do this, I do well. Just take a quarterback early, okay? Take the top tier quarterback early. He's probably going to be more valuable than that running back or that wide receiver that you found. And the odds are, man, you're going to be throwing darts at quarterbacks late. I mean, God, dude, like Justin Herbert, Caleb Williams, Kyler fucking Murray, for God's sakes, dude. So just take the top tier quarterback. That is a strategy that worked this year. All right, now on to the running back table, okay? So Saquon Barkley, lead it off, man. 68.6% of teams that own Saquon Barkley made it to the playoffs. Hey, man, the team in my home league that owned Saquon Barkley missed playoffs, so do not feel that bad, okay? He went in the 1st round. I pushed him. As soon as he went to the Eagles, I was like, holy shit, man, this guy's a top 3. I think he was my number 1 ranked running back this season. Who else did we push? Holy shit, man, Derrick Henry. I was like, dude, Derrick Henry in the 2nd round, give him to me. Jason drafted him right before me, and I got pissed off, okay? So pretty much 63% of teams that drafted Derrick Henry made the playoffs. Come on, man. Went in the 2nd round. Alvin Kamara, I told you not to draft him. I thought he was going to be a huge bust. He was amazing, dude, in the first half. Amazing enough to get 62% of teams to the playoffs, for God's sakes. That fool was going in the 3rd round. Looking back, that is actually a pretty good deal, man. If you can get a starting running back, man, Josh Jacobs, Alvin Kamara, a fucking starting running back, man. Look at James Conner a little bit later. All right, just draft him in the 3rd round or later. Doesn't matter if you like the situation or not. Joe Mixon. Dude, Joe Mixon was amazing for the 8 out of the first 9. He was running back 3, dude, like 3/4 of the way through the season. 59% of teams pretty much made the playoffs that owned him. And that was even more than Devon Achane. Devon Achane was I like to, take a high risk in the 4th round. He went in the 4th round. Jason drafted him over me. Come on, man. Jahmyr Gibbs was the league winner this year as far as championships goes. But as far as playoffs, man, he had to split a lot of time with David Montgomery. So it's not like he just was a guarantee to get you to the playoffs, even though, man, top, 6 right here, 58% of player owners that had Gibbs made it to the playoffs. Holy shit. Kyron Williams, man, we pushed him as well. 55% of the owners made it to the playoffs with him. But you're seeing a trend, man, out of the top 9. None of these guys were going late. But we are looking at, now let's go down a little bit and let's look at the late flag running backs that really hit it off for your teams. David Montgomery, man, first off, going in round 7, 50%, over 50% of David Montgomery owners, man, made it to the playoffs. He was amazing. Top 10 running back pretty much until the very end. Jahmyr Gibbs had to take over. Chase Brown going in the 11th round. Okay, I did not believe in him. I thought Zach Moss was actually going to do really well, but Zach Moss got injured and shit hit the fan. And hey, dude, Chase Brown, he was really high in that one metric, forced missed tackles per attempt. So again, another indicator for breakout running backs, forced missed tackles per attempt there. But yeah, so Chase Brown owners, a little bit less than half made the playoffs, and that's because he did not do anything for you in the first quarter of the year. Now you look at championships odds. We'll look at that next week, maybe the week after that, and you'll see that he's high on that list. James Conner, man, I tried to make him my MVP, but I pushed somebody else. James Conner is on every single one of my lists, dude. 47% of teams that drafted him went to the playoffs. That's super high on this list. Going in the 6th round. So him and Aaron Jones were the 6th round home runs. Okay. And then let's see. Bucky Irving was the latest person on this list to get you to the playoffs. And just wait till the championship list comes out, because that's when he was really breaking out. And then Jonathan Taylor, man, came through the end, and he was literally an amazing championship person as well. So Jonathan Taylor was a first-round draft pick. He fell to the 2nd in our home league, and I almost got him, and I did not. I wish I would have. He was a disappointment, but still got people to the playoffs and definitely won people championships. Chuba Hubbard, man, amazing. I picked up Jonathan Brooks, so I was like, I did not want to draft Chuba Hubbard high, and somebody else did, so I missed out on Chuba Hubbard. He was an amazing value for people. Okay, so look at all the yellow here, okay? 6 of 18 players in the running backs were found late. So not a lot of mid rounds. We got 1 through 3. As far as running backs in rounds 1 through 3 were really well. There was a lot of busts in there as well. But you could find running backs late. You could find running backs late that will get you to the playoffs, even get you to the championship. So 33% of these players were found, the sixth round or later? So that is considered waiting for that. Now, so the strategy here is, should you take running backs early or late? I do think that you should take a lot of running backs, especially the ones that you believe in, but you do not have to get them early, all right? Now, Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry were amazing, and Josh Jacobs as well. But you can wait and get the James Connors, man, David Montgomerys, Chase Browns, Bucky Irvings, Chuba Hubbards. Take those. You want to get, I like that hero running back strategy here. So I see a lot of people in the 3rd round, 1 through 3. So if you would have taken one in the top 4 and then just rolled the dice later, that is the strategy that would have worked the best this year. And that's what I tried to do myself, and I pushed this season. Oh my God, that's amazing. Let's move on to the wide receivers. Jamar Chase, okay? Jamar Chase leads all players. 72%, man, of teams that own Jamar Chase made the playoffs. If you missed out on the playoffs and you own Jamar Chase, extremely unlucky, man. You must have busted all over the place. ETN, fucking Tyreek Hill. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, dude. First round, and look at this, dude. First round. Again, wide receivers, the low risk position here, but Tyreek Hill, we had, even Cooper Kupp is on this list, dude. I went back and I looked at Cooper Kupp. He had 3 fucking good games. I think this was an outlier here. Teams that just drafted Cooper Kupp must have just been drafted well in other spots. Let's see. Nico Collins can be an amazing next year, but 3rd round draft pick he was, because I think he got injured to start the year and came on hot and made a lot of people, 55% of Nico Collins owners made the playoffs. So that's great. But again, look at this, man. Out of all these, there's only 2 highlights in yellow. Only 2 fucking highlights in yellow. All right. So CeeDee Lamb taken in the 1st round, and you still did well. So CeeDee Lamb was not a bust. 52% of teams still made it to the playoffs with him. AJ Brown, I thought, was busting a little bit, man. He was high on this list as well. Garrett Wilson had an amazing first half of the season until Devontae Adams got there. That was enough to get people to the playoffs, man. Won some people but the championships, he's not even on that shit. Not at all. And then here we go with the big hits here. Terry McLaurin. I pushed 2 veteran wide receivers this season. I was all, get Christian Kirk, man. Christian Kirk's going to get you he's going to be a league winner. Top 10 wide receiver, man, right there. Terry McLaurin, man, you got to get Terry McLaurin. Look how late he's going. He was going in the 8th round, all right? That fool was going in the 8th round. Pretty much 49% of Terry McLaurin owners made it to the playoffs. He was amazing this year. I chose the wrong veteran receiver to draft. I drafted Christian Kirk like an asshole. And then, hey, Drake London, man, my fantasy MVP from last season, was a real fantasy MVP this year, drafted in the 3rd round. And then here we go. T. Higgins, all right? T. Higgins. 46% of teams that own T. Higgins made the playoffs, man. And this fool went in the 6th round. So you could not, there was no Puka Nakua. Like you could not wait really late on wide receivers. There's Jalen McMillan and stuff like that. That'll probably that is high on the championship list. But as far as just getting into the playoffs, man, no waiting on wide receivers. No waiting. All right. So you would have to hit on Terry McLaurin in the 8th or T Higgins in the 6th to even fucking dude have a chance at being great in the wide receiver category. So what you got to do, man, you have to draft wide receivers. You have to just hit the first 3 rounds hard, man. Look at this: 3 in the first, we got like 4 in the second, 3 or 4 in the third, all on this list. So you got to get your wide receivers early. Wait on running backs. So what I'm doing is hero running back, maybe draft 2 wide receivers, and then get your quarterback in the 4th. Hopefully they fall to you. That would have been the best draft strategy so far this season. Because, man, look at this, dude. Only 2 of 16. We were just looking at 33% for running backs you could find late. Only fucking 12%. Holy shit. So you cannot find wide receivers late this year. Oh, my God, man. And then going to tight ends, all right? Who drafted Brock Bowers? Who pushed Brock Bowers? I drafted Brock Bowers. It helped me a little bit, okay? A little bit. 61% of teams that drafted Brock Bowers made it to the fucking playoffs. Holy shit, man. That was tops for rookies in general for the year and tight ends. So in general, if you look at this list through the years, if you hit on a late tight end, it helps you out more than anything almost, man. But right now, no late hits. It's just Brock Bowers. Then you got George Kittle, Trey McBride, and Travis Kelce. Sam Laporte is not on this list, but he is going to be on championship list because he hit late, okay? But yeah, so as far as tight ends, I'm still, if I can get a tight end in the 5th round, I am going to be targeting Trey McBride next year. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Fuck Travis Kelce, dude. Taking in the 3rd round. I don't want Travis Kelce. Who knows when that fool's falling off a cliff more and more every single year. But yeah, so Trey McBride, somewhere in the 5th round, if you can, and then you just take dart throws on rookie tight ends, maybe. We got that a couple of rookie tight ends coming in next year that might be good. So 2 years in a row, man. Sam Laporta, Brock Bowers, draft those rookie tight ends. Apparently that's a thing now. But if you just want to get the sure thing, get that tight end in the 5th round. All right, quickly, let's recap the best draft strategy for 2024, okay? So quarterback, the best way to draft quarterback this last year was get one by round 5, that top tier of quarterbacks. Because if you're getting one late, man, you are just throwing darts, and there's a good chance you bust and do not make the playoffs. As far as running backs goes, dude, the hero running back strategy worked the best. Get a running back in the first 3 rounds and then wait until after round 5 and hit it hard and hit on some of those starting running backs, man, that fall every single fucking year, okay? Then wide receivers, dude, you got to hit wide receivers hard, man. Like 3 out of the first 4 rounds, you got to get those wide receivers because there was no late ones on this list, man. It was Terry McLaurin and T. Higgins. That was it. No Puka Nakuas or anything like that going late. So this last year, you had to get your wide receivers early. Do not wait for wide receivers. And then tight ends, man, you have to get Brock Bowers, or if you didn't do that, you had to get that top tier in the 5th round. So if you just want to get the guaranteed tight end in the 5th round, that's what you got to do. That helps every single year. And then also throw darts at rookie tight ends late, and hopefully that you hit, and that helps you out tremendously. All right, last thing, we're going to go over the best possible team that you could have drafted. And I'm not banking on anybody falling to me. I'm even reaching on a couple of these. So this is super fair, okay? So Jamar Chase, 1st round. Derrick Henry, 2nd round. Lamar Jackson, 3rd round. You are reaching for Lamar Jackson just so you can get Joe Mixon in the 4th. T. Higgins, you are actually reaching for T. Higgins. He was going in the 6th. I'm reaching for him in the 5th. But that's because I want James Conner in the 6th and David Montgomery in the 7th. Then we're going to settle and get Terry McLaurin in the 8th. And then, hey, dude, if I can pair, especially to begin the season, I like 2 quarterbacks. Lamar Jackson with fucking Jaden Daniels, holy shit. In the 9th round, I would do that. And then you cannot not take Brock Bowers. I think Brock Bowers is actually going in the 11th round. We're reaching for him in the 10th. Chase Brown, going late. You have to wait for him, but still he's going to hit for you. Chuba Hubbard would have been smart in the 1st. I should have pushed him, man. I should have pushed him. I learned my lesson. And then Bucky Irving in the very last round. You probably notice your only 3 wide receivers would be fucking Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Terry McLaurin. But I'm just going by the best playoff odds here. And again, dude, wide receivers, all on this list. We're going in the top 3 rounds. So I had to have Terry McLaurin on there and T. Higgins because those were the only 2 big hits as far as value. So yeah, man, that is the best possible team that you could have drafted this season. All right, everybody, that is the show. Thank you so much for watching. If you actually did like the show, please give me a thumbs up. because that sends me out to more eyeballs, man, more computers and screens, okay? Then they can thumbs up me, and holy shit, man, it's wildfire. That's not a good word to say probably right now, but whatever, okay, man? So, anyways, this is Tyler Big Turd War. This is the Fantasy Red Zone. I'm going to be coming out with a championship version of this real soon. Check out our live drinking episodes on Friday, and I appreciate